Tell a millennial to just do what they love, they will die laughing. A lot of millennials, myself included, are just coming to terms with the fact that the world that we were promised just doesn't exist and isn't going to exist, and we're all grieving that fact. We're talking expired tips, where we work through a series of advice that just, when we originally got it, was kind of bad. 10 years ago, it was like, and now it's like actively detrimental. And today we're going to talk about this idea that you can just do what you love and everything will work out. If you are of a certain age, you got hit with all of the quotes on how if you just do what you love, it'll work out. And it's been a thing for like ever. I know that anytime my dad brings up, in a very well-meaning way, I'm sad that you're stressed, or I'm sad that you're not seeing a world where you can just do what brings you joy. And like, Dad, I love that you wanted to build me a world that I could be able to do what I love. I love that you have the same idea that John Adams did, where we go to war so that our kids can do creative things. I butchered that quote, that's fine. There's a famous David Frost quote. Don't aim for success if you want it. Just do what you love and believe it will come naturally. Steve Jobs. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. Pleasure in the job puts perfection in the work. None of those things, though, really say follow your heart, follow your dreams, which is what I was force-fed in high school. I remember sitting down with the counselor, and not to humble brag, smart kid. I had great ACT scores, great SAT scores. I really, Bob's your uncle, I could have done lots of things. I was so overwhelmed with what I could do, I didn't know what I should do or even where I should start looking. And that counselor, God bless her heart, goes, Lisa, just do what you love, and everything else will work itself out. What does that mean? Especially, so in the context of it that it was given, it was 100% career advice. It was telling me to go to college to do what I love, and the job will work itself out. My life? My career? Those are two very different but overlapping concepts. You have the career-centric advice and you have the life-centric advice. There's harm in both, but in different ways. But at the same time, I'm going to waffle here and say, we can't completely ignore it. You don't want to just be miserable your whole life. That would be terrible. So what's our happy middle? Is there a happy middle? I think so. And I say that with the context of, I've watched the last 20 years roll out. I got my history degree and I was snored at. I'm old enough that when I got my history degree to go to law school, I was laughed at. People were like, why are you getting a history degree? I'm like, I don't know. That's what people told me to do when I was going to law school, except the bottom fell out of the market when Lehman Brothers collapsed and all of a sudden nobody was going to law school. And all of a sudden I had a history degree and nothing to do with it. Cool. I was responsible. I went and got my MBA in information systems. Hey guys, have you seen what's happening to STEM careers right now? That worked out, right? So I don't think that just telling people to get a career to make money is also the right choice. We need to teach ourselves skills to figure out how to take the next right step. And that is a series of skills and not a single choice that says, I'm going to be a plumber or I'm going to be a mathematician. There's a series of steps that you need to take in order to make sure that you don't hate your life and are still able to pay your bills and have a life that you want. But just do is terrible advice. Always. Just do. There is never anything in this world that is so simple that you can say, just do X. Unless it's something like, hey, just buy the good toilet paper. It's just hilariously shallow advice to say, just do what you love. It doesn't acknowledge the basic challenges of living, the resources that you need to live, or the skills that you need to develop to be able to just navigate the modern world. The world changes quickly now and you need to be prepared for it. So what do we do instead? Because I'm not going to leave you with a pile of depression. I think career-centric advice should be thrown until you have your ideal life mapped out. So, and what do I mean by ideal life? This is where that self-actualization conversation is going to come back in. What do you know about you? Are you somebody who hates cars? A commute is not for you. Are you somebody who likes to be active and on their feet? A desk job is not for you. Really like solving puzzles. Maybe coding and software development would be for you. What do you know about you and how you operate and what you need? That's how you're going to have to be able to kind of fill out what do you want your life to look like. Do you want to be able to travel? Do you want to have time for cooking? Do you want to have X hobby? Do you want to have a big family? Those things you need to answer about your life before you can figure out what kind of job that you need to support it. If you start by answering the job question first, it's going to answer so many of the questions about your life first in a way that I don't know that you're going to love. If I get a job at insert Fortune 500 and I'm making $200K a year and everything is amazing, money does solve a lot of problems. Everything is amazing money-wise, but I don't have any time for family and I don't have any time for travel, and those are the things that make my soul tick. That's probably not going to work out for you. Start figuring out how you tick, and that's going to help you figure out what your career should be. And that's where you can look into your career advice. Another way to look at this that might be helpful is this Japanese concept, a Venn diagram, where we've got 4 overlapping circles. What do you love? What are you good at? What can you get paid for? And what does the world need? Still need to know yourself for this, though. Do you know what you're good at or what you would be able to learn quickly? Do you know what resources you have available for you? And then externally, do you understand what the world looks like? If you don't, find yourself a mentor, find yourself a librarian, find yourself some good research skills, and start figuring out what the world is looking for. And then you can start mapping where is what I'm good at versus what is the world looking for. Just do what you love is such a rough one. I don't like this.